Hey everyone, thanks for joining us for another Financial Tip Friday. My name is Scott Marks, financial advisor in our Scottsdale office. Today I want to do a little estate planning rapid fire. We've gotten a lot of questions from clients about various estate planning topics. So what I'm going to do is read off some questions, I'm going to give an answer, and then we'll move on to the next question really quickly. So if there are additional questions about any of these, please feel free to reach out to any one of your local advisors within Summit. First question here, do investment values change to zero basis when transferred as part of an estate? So this question came in. I want to clarify this question. I think what they're asking here is, does the cost basis get reset in an estate when someone passes away? And inside of a taxable or a post-tax account, the answer is yes. In most cases, if someone were to pass, the cost basis resets for whatever assets are inside of that account. This can be an excellent tax planning tool, especially for assets that have been owned for a really long time. If you've owned stocks for 100 years and it's grown significantly, that cost basis reset allows your heirs to go and sell some of those positions without creating any kind of capital gains tax. So that's a huge benefit of having funds in a taxable account. Second question, do life insurance benefits go directly to stated beneficiaries free of any federal or state taxes? This is a quick answer. Life insurance is generally not taxable. There are certain cases that are very rare that can cause benefits to be taxable, but in most cases, life insurance benefits are not taxable and they go straight to the stated beneficiaries. So a follow-up question to that, if life insurance benefits go directly to beneficiaries free of taxes, are they entered into the calculation for total estate valuation and determining estate taxes? Now this one can get a little more complex. Right now, the estate tax limitation per person is $12 million roughly. So if you have over 12 million in assets and you pass away, you would be subject to estate taxes. Most folks aren't in that boat. But as an answer to this question, the answer is yes, life insurance is countable from an estate tax standpoint, unless it is held inside of an irrevocable life insurance trust, which is obviously far too complex for us to get into here. But if you have questions about that, feel free to reach out to me. Next question, are there any monetary value limits on the amount beneficiaries can receive from life insurance before taxes are applied? General answer to this is no. The life insurance benefit can be as large as it needs to be. The one caveat to that is if it exceeds that estate tax limitation of 12 million or so a person. And in general, are there any specific methods of ownership or titling of financial holdings that provide a more favorable tax situation when an estate is settled? It depends on the type of account that it's in. One thing I would say is owning funds or keeping your assets inside of a living trust can be a great benefit, not from a tax standpoint, but from a probate avoidance standpoint. If you have a trust and you keep most of your assets inside of that trust or inside of IRAs or beneficiaried assets, you no longer have to go through the court system to determine how all of that gets divvied up. So a trust can really save you a lot of time and money. It doesn't necessarily save you any tax. It's treated the same way. So there's not necessarily a way to go and eliminate tax in that case, but having a trust is a really good option. The final question, ironically, is does a trust in any way provide a tax advantage transfer in estate? That is no. In most cases, a revocable living trust will not provide any tax advantage. However, there are ways to use other types of trusts, irrevocable trusts, using life insurance or by gifting assets into a grantor retained annuity trust or a charitable lead trust. Again, we're getting far past the scope of what we're talking about here, but if you have questions about any of the tax advantaged ways to use trusts, please reach out to one of the advisors here at Summit. Thanks again for joining us today. Looking forward to seeing you next week.